Am I the a-hole for not financially supporting my father? I, Catherine, 29 female, have an older brother, Mark, 36 male, who lives a state away with his wife, toddler, and our father, 74 male. Mark and I have never been close, but he has made a more concentrated effort since the birth of his child to reach out. Our parents divorced when I was 2, and I grew up a single-mom household. While Mark lived with our father for a few years, I have maybe spent 300 total days visiting my father throughout my life. This also extends to his side of the family, as my mother didn't feel welcomed by them after the divorce. My father has always made me feel unsafe. Very erratic behavior, alcohol, comments about my body changing, etc. I didn't have any male role models growing up, so what I thought was normal then I now recognize as inappropriate. When I was in undergrad, my father decided he wanted to speak weekly. I used to call him every Thursday driving home from campus to catch up. It's important to note that my father hasn't held a job since the 80s. His family has supported him financially since then, including me. It was really difficult to scrape by as a student, having to send $250 monthly to provide assistance, but I made it work. My father's oldest sibling, David, 79, male, had always managed the finances. We all paid David directly. A few years ago, our father was critically ill. He nearly died but was able to recover after months in hospital rehabilitation centers. His doctors stressed it would be best for him to live with family rather than alone. None of his many siblings volunteered. I had just purchased a home a few months prior and was pressured by my aunts to let my father move in with me. I told my father's siblings he could move in with me on the condition I take over his financial management. That was the beginning of the end. David threw a fit, calling me an a-hole and saying, "You're going to take advantage of your sick father to pay your mortgage." It came to light that David had been doing some shady things, collecting way more money than was needed, claiming my father as a dependent on his taxes, etc. David actually emailed me saying he had spoken to the rest of the family, and they were not on board with my father moving in with me. That turned out to be a lie. Once the truth came out, my aunts again pleaded with me to reconsider, but I firmly refused. Throughout this time, Mark was also weirdly against the idea of our father moving in with me. Then, he and his wife purchased a home, and had our father move in with him. Due to a lot of other factors, I have completely cut ties with my father. We have been estranged for over 4 years now. I have come to realize he is narcissistic, victimizes himself, and has never really been a dad to me. I have him blocked on everything, but he still creates multiple accounts to find ways to message me. I never respond. His last text, sent from a burner phone, was incredibly disturbing. It was a disgusting video of blonde girls in bathing suits. The text he sent along with the video just read, "Katie girl." Fast forward to now. Mark and his wife have been fighting a lot due to my father's erratic behavior. He has been caught stealing medication, food, random toiletries, etc. There have also been a lot of complaints from neighbors about him trespassing, gardening in their yards, and other generally odd things. Mark messaged me saying our father can no longer live with him and is asking me to 1. Find suitable housing for my father, 2. Contribute financially to pay his rent bills, or 3. Move our father in with me. I am refusing to do any of those. I don't feel it's fair to ask this of me given I have cut off all contact and Mark assumed responsibility for our father years ago. Mark has alerted the rest of our father's family, and now I am getting messages that range from, "You are a selfish person who will regret this when your father dies," to, "You have to find it in your heart to forgive your father. Maybe this is how you build a new relationship with him." I am in a very high-earning industry. I make $250,000, which has also been something Mark has pointed out, saying I could easily afford to pay. Most of my friends have been telling me to stand firm, but a few have said I could regret not helping in the future.